Hi Flosstube, my name's Nikki and welcome to my channel, Nikki Noodle Stitching. I hope you're all going really well. It's been a few weeks since my last video. I've done little bits and pieces of stitching on lots of different things. So let's get stuck in and I'll show you what I've been up to. I've had two finishes. The first one is Christmas Berry from Erica Michaels with this one. So it's just a little Christmas berry that I started about, oh, it must have been December last year and never finished him for Christmas. So I've had him out and I've finished him off and here he is. So that's Christmas and his bunny friends and his cardinal friends. So he was a fun stitch. I've stitched this one on a 32 count petty point linen, a natural linen. I used 2 strands of thread over 2 linen threads on the fabric, so 2 over 2, and it was fun. So I am going to make him into the berry, but I have ordered and received, and I'll show you in my stash section of the video, my wool, felted woven wool that I've received to use as the little topper for the strawberry. Okay, I've had a second really good finish, and it is Mary Miller 1842 by the Scarlet House. It's this one here. So I just really enjoyed stitching this one. The unusual colours for samplers that I tend to stitch. And that's it. So, yeah. I'll read you the verse. Sweet bird, thy bower is ever green, thy sky is ever clear, thou hast no sorrow in thy song, no winter in thy year. So I thought that was very sweet. And it's got some funky birds on it. And some owls. Some other birds. I still don't know what that creature is there. Donkey? Calf? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that's Mary. They were the only 2 finishes I had, so not that many, but I suppose it's only been a couple of weeks, so that's okay. Now I'll move on to my whips. I've worked on how many different things? Only 4 different things. This is Ragamuffin 2. I'm trying to find the cover. There it is. So Ragamuffin 2 by Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm stitching this one on a 40 count platinum linen using most of the called for silk. I love stitching this one. I'm a silk enthusiast. So let me show you what I've done. Probably not that much more since the last time I recorded, so that's it. It's pretty. I think I did this little section over here, the little birds, and that, what is that creature? A goat perhaps, that bluey coloured thing. And so that's that. Not a whole lot of work on it. And Morrison I've worked on. She's the stitch along with traditional stitches in Canada. I finally caught up on this one. So I've got the black and white printout here of how it's been divided up to stitch over a 12-month period. So I finally caught up to I finished the 4th section there, which was March. And I'm now on to this large curly alphabet in here, which is April's section. So, and as I told you last time, I ended up buying a small frame, so I could put it on my Lowry frame, so I don't have to hold on to a hoop or anything, and it keeps the fabric nice and taut, so it's easier to stitch. So that's where I'm up to, just here. So that's the bottom of the April section, and that's a G. So it's very pretty. This one is stitched on a 45 count jersey cream linen from Legacy, using the Veriswile 100 Tree silks, which are very nice. But I don't know if I'll use them again. I think I prefer the Soie d'Alger than those little 100 threes. Next, this is a very fancy project bag, this one. So this is Catherine Pickling, which is this one. I'm enjoying stitching this one very much, even though I haven't done a whole lot more on it. Story of my life. And that's it here. So that's Catherine. So I started to stitch the details in the box that I recharted myself based on the original sampler that I found a picture of on the internet. I can't, sorry if I'm going to offend anybody. They look like boobs and bums. Sorry, I can't help myself. Anyway, so that's Catherine Pickling. And I've started the little pink house. And I think I'm using, I swapped out the called for DMC with an overdyed thread, just to give it that little bit of variegation and to sort of dull out the pink a little bit because it was pretty bright. So that is Catherine. I told you I've been flitting here, flitting there. The next one I've worked on, I only worked on this for a very short amount of time, like just an evening, so it's not probably worth me showing you, but Ellen assures me that she doesn't mind seeing people show things that haven't had much more work done on them. So this is last year's Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along, and it's called a Family Patchwork Sampler. So that's what it looks like, and it's really beautiful. And so this is it. It's quite a big one. It's coming along okay, and I worked on this little section over here. Oh, let me see if I can hold it better. There. So I stitching this one on a 36 count linen that my son Liam and I dyed one day. We were in the mood to dye some fabrics, so we did that. And I'm using a Silks for You silk to stitch this one, a really pretty variegated blue, like a denim blue and a tealy blue in the one thread, so really pretty, and it's very nice. You see the difference in the colours? That's a pretty accurate representation of what it looks like in real life. So there's a heck of a lot of stitching in this one, and it will be pretty when it's done. So that's that. Okay, so they were my whips. I think some of you might know that the video that I recorded last week really hit a nerve. I don't really want to say too much about it because I'm now concerned that everything I say is gonna offend somebody. I'll be totally misinterpreted, which I think is really what happened last time. I just want to make it really clear that when I make a floss tube, I'm talking about me and my stitching. I although I understand that I might influence people, I just want you to all know and be very clear that I'm talking about me and my experiences with my stitching. And this has been going round in my head for the last 2 weeks since I found out that there's been some pretty horrible comments on Facebook about my YouTube video. People have accused me of prescribing to the cancel culture, which is just, it's not true. It's not right. It's the absolute opposite, as a matter of fact, because I want to, it's history. You all know that I really enjoy reading about history, all sorts of history, historical events, and, you know, world history. It's pretty well recognised in Australia that the documentation of the colonisation of Australia in the late 18th century didn't really touch on the effect of that colonisation on Aboriginals, Indigenous Australians. I'm very mindful of that, and I want to bring that history and learn about that history and bring it forward. Samplers do that for me. Samplers make me think about historical events. If you stitch samplers based purely on their aesthetics, all power to you. Go for it. I'm not telling anybody to not stitch anything. I'm talking about me and my personal views on samplers. Some samplers. There are so many beautiful samplers that are, you know, they're innocuous and they're beautiful, and I want to stitch those as well. But there are some that make me think, and that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I hope that they do the same for you, because it increases the pleasure of stitching them and learning about them for me. So that's really all I wanted to say. And also, moving forward with that sampler, I'm moving forward with 3 main principles in mind: kindness, compassion, and empathy. That's all I'm going to say, other than please stitch what you want to stitch. I will stitch what I want to stitch. Please, if you don't like hearing what I have to say, just don't watch me. That's cool. I don't mind. But I am one that I want to learn more. I want to have an open mind. I want to be caring. I want to be kind. That's what it's about. That's all it's about. Anyway, because it's been a rough couple of weeks, I have had 2 emotional starts. You know, some people eat emotionally. When their emotions are running high, they eat more. I stitch more. I flip more. I start more. So I had 2 good starts. And the first one that I wanted to share with you is a chart that is really, really beautiful, and it's a stitch along with Barbara from Raspberry Stitcher and a number of other ladies, and it's for the, it's a hashtag. It's called the Jessie Watson Autism Cell. So it's a stitch along for Autism Awareness Month, which I feel quite passionate about, and I made a start. Sorry, I'm mucking around here. I haven't got a colour picture of it because I just don't have a colour printer, and I haven't been to work to print it. But here's a black and white picture. It's a Hands Across the Sea chart. And that's it there. So it's very sweet. And if you go and watch Barbara's, she made a special Flosstube where she talks all about this particular sample. It's one of the most beautiful floss tubes I've ever watched. It's very heartfelt what she has to say, and I just wanted to participate. We were going to also try and have a little online stitch meetup, but the times just didn't quite work out for me. It was a little bit too early for me to get up because Barbara's in the US. But hopefully another time we'll be able to meet up and have a chat and get to know each other some more, which is, you know, the real reason I want to do Flosstube. Not to be controversial. Anyway, so this is my little piddly start. I actually started in the middle, which is very unlike me. I don't normally start in the middle anymore. But actually both of my emotional starts were in the middle starts. So that's it, just some of the little letters. And I actually did a pretty much a full conversion of this one from the called for DMCs. Actually not called for, it called for silks. Nicola gives an alternate DMC conversion, and then what I did is I pulled all of those DMCs that Nicola suggested were a good swap for the silks, and then I got my little stash of overdyed cotton and I did a little conversion. So that's it there. So let me so it's these guys here. They're a bit tangled. Oh, Nicole, how do you do it? You make it look so beautiful. I just mess it up. Anyway, so there's the colours. If anyone is interested in my conversion and wanting to join along in the sale, I did put a picture of this one on Instagram showing my colours, but if you can't read the tags on Instagram and you're keen, just let me know and I'll let you know what colours I'm using if you can. These are the two of the called for DMCs I didn't have a sort of close match for, so I've left those in there, the two DMCs, but all of the others were a pretty good match, I thought. So that's the Jessie Watson sale. So please, if you're keen, join in. As usual for me, it's probably just going to be a start along because I'm not very good at keeping up with sales, but that's okay too. My next start was, oh, excuse me guys, I've got to pick it up off the floor. My next one is the, it's for the hashtag Strawberry Pickin' 21 sale, and this is a stitch along with Kathleen from Stitchuation Normal and a couple of other ladies, and I'm doing this one, Strawberry Fields Forever. Oh, I know Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is doing this one as well, this particular chart. So that's it. I've loved this always, and Betsy's done this one as well. I love how you framed it, Betsy. So that's that one. Betsy Kleger. Kleger. I love you, Betsy. Anyway, here's my little piddly start. And again, like I said, I started this one in the middle. I think I just wanted to stitch the house. So that's the start. And this is going to be, oh, this is being stitched on a 40 count winter brew from R&R. Yeah. That's that, and that's using all of the called for threads. I didn't tell you what I was stitching Jessie Watson on, did I? That is a beautiful piece of linen from Nicola at number 12 stitch code. And I can't remember what it is. Sorry. No, I tell a lie. It's my other favourite linen, Australian linen dyer. It is Jay's X Stitch, Jay's Cross Stitch. She's also on Etsy, and this is a 40 count iced chocolate. Sorry, Jay. and gem. It's beautiful linen, beautiful. Support your local dyers. Okay, I'll do those up. Now, haul. I don't have a lot of haul. What I did buy were these 2 little bundles of woven wool felt, and I got those from Hatched and Patched in Australia. It's an online patchwork stitching beautiful store, and these are called 4U's hand dyed felted woven wools, and this is the winter bundle. They're pretty. So I think I'm going to use this one for the top of my little strawberry, my Christmas strawberry, and then from the red one I might make some little just little strawberries. I might even do some little white or ecru coloured French knots on them, sit them around the place. And this one is the autumn bundle. That's pretty too. So they were fun. They came in the mail, and while I was on there, wool can't travel alone, so I ended up buying this little, it's actually a little kit. It's a little kit to make these really cute little Easter eggs, and they're what do you call it? Paper pieced, English paper pieced eggs, and it's got 3 different sizes in it and all little different embroideries that you can do on those little eggs. I was hoping to have those done for Easter, but it didn't arrive until just a couple of days ago, so they'll just be in my stash to do another time when I'm in the mood. But I thought they were really cute, and the little fabric, I think that's an Annie Downs fabric pack. Annie Downs is the designer. She owns Hatched and Patched, the design company Hatched and Patched, and the store called The Home Patch. So that's that one. Very cute. Okay, oh, I also got this big spool from Annie at The Home Patch. And I thought this would be a really good spool to, if I stitch, which I hope to stitch sooner rather than later, is the new Whilst Iris Naps red sampler. I can't remember her name, sorry Christina. The chart name I mean. So I thought I'll get that nice big spool and then I can wrap it on that one. And I had to travel for work a couple of weeks ago. I had to actually go looking for koalas in the bush, which was a pretty fun little trip. And on my way back from that trip, I called in at a little antique store, and they had a few spools as well. So I got this fat one. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they weren't very expensive. I think that was like $12 or something, which is not much. Then I got a middle-sized one, and that's got a little steel band around that one. But I thought they'd be really nice with some band samples, or even just a little collection of them. I've got a nice collection going now. And this little short one. So if I put the sizes together, these 3 there. I really like those. Also, if you follow the Cruel Goblin on Instagram, or I don't know if they're on Facebook, I have a profile on Facebook. I used to use Facebook, but I'm not active on there anymore because I think, quite honestly, I think Facebook's quite vile. But anyway, my preference is Instagram. I just think it's a kinder, more supportive space. But yeah, who am I to say? I got this little bundle of goodness from the Cruel Goblin, and it's called the Schoolgirl Sewing Club. So it came in this cute little box, and it's this, oh, I should say, spoiler alert, if you haven't received your box yet, you don't want to if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch me for the next couple of minutes. That's the chart. It's called Margaret Bowden's Work 1802. And what it is, it's a vowel sampler, so A-E-I-O-U, and the consonants. So that's that one, which is pretty. And it came with some linen, but I'm not going to use the linen that was in the kit. I'm going to use this linen from Nicola at number 12 Stitch Co. for my sampler. And these are all of the beautiful colours. Aren't they pretty? Look at that. So beautiful. And I think they go nicely on that linen. Oh, there's a peewee outside. That's nice. So there's all these beautiful colours. So I don't know when I'll start that, but it's there. So that's that. Now, last but not least, I had a pass the stash, as my friend Betsy would say. Betsy can't speak Australian and I can't speak American. Anyway, so I had a pass the stash, and it was this chart here. Fractal Flowers from La Di Da. I finished this one a couple of weeks ago, month or so ago. And I used the YouTube random comment generator, and the winner is Laurie Walt. Laurie Walt. I can't even read my own writing. And what Laurie wrote in her beautiful comment was, if you were a flower, you'd be a rose. Please research your sampler and share the history of what happened. We cannot erase history, but we can be educated by the truth. I feel that avoiding the truth is like erasing it. Just my opinion. Well, I love your opinion, Laurie, and you are a very worthy winner. So I will put a comment on your comment on my YouTube video, my Flosstube video, and you can let me know via Instagram or email. I'll let you know what my email address is, and I'll get this off to you in the mail. That's very exciting. All right, so that was a pretty quick one today. I'm a little bit damaged, I've got to say. I didn't mean to make a fuss. Anyway, just as long as we're clear. You do you, I'll do me. Got it? Yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. Please take care, look after yourselves, give each other a hug with your mask on if you've got COVID around. I'm very fortunate being here in Australia because there's hardly any COVID around. Every now and again there's a breakout with 4 or 5 cases, but really we're very, very lucky. Our vaccine rollout has started. It's been a very rocky start. We've had some changes to the rollout based on the AstraZeneca vaccine, that they've identified some health problems with the vaccine for certain groups of people. So that's had to evolve a little bit, that's a good thing, safety first. But anyway, elsewhere in the world, please wear your mask. Maybe don't give each other a hug. Maybe that's the wrong message for elsewhere. Oh God, everything I do is controversial. Anyway, take care guys. I might see you another time. Bye.